Then the reform of welfare in our country, when there's a big sign at the border that says, if you can get here, it's all free. When you have something like that facing us, it's very difficult to control any border system. And so that reform has to follow, where only citizens of the United States can benefit from these programs. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul?
Yes, thanks. Being endorsed by 3 of America's toughest sheriffs, you still have to start with enforcement of your border policy. That's first and foremost. Any solution has to stop with turning off the faucet coming into this country. And what you do on the southern border, you do on all the borders. It's equilaterally all the way across the board. But to find it further, what we must have is a unified enforcement policy that's from the federal, state, and local, uniform all the way across the board. Then we must also close off the loopholes for citizenship, as i.e. anchor babies, where we're actually rewarding citizenship for people who are here illegally in this country and appropriately. And then reforming the social benefits for legal immigrants to this country, define those processes and define those benefits that are here rewarding good behavior. Thank you.
Thank you. The second question, which was given in advance, is since economic growth is not improving at a rate necessary to create the number of jobs needed for true economic growth, how do you propose to encourage more job creation? And once again, you have up to 2 minutes. And let's go to John.
To me, the basic problem is that we are paying too much in taxes. And our taxes are getting out of control all the way from in every type of government entity. But mainly the federal government, they're wanting to tax us more and more and pay for too many bills and micromanage too much of what's going on, including health care. They need to, if the federal government would do what it's supposed to do, in other words, guard the borders and guard us from enemies, and that's all, then our free enterprise system could work a lot better in America. It's been stifled, it's been given regulations, there's too many regulations and hindrances. Right now, there's just astounding, the EPA and these other, just listening to the news saying that cap and trade is going to start into effect as soon as they can get it. The Democratic Party can get it going in 2012, they've got plans. So there's just too much restrictions on free enterprise. We need to let our free enterprise system flourish, and we need less taxes, less burdens, less regulations. I have a little visual here I wanted to read. It says, I'll keep my guns, freedom, and money. You can keep the change. And it's got a picture of a communist with a sickle. And it just seems like, again, our federal government's losing sight of the free enterprise, and the founding fathers wanted freedom in the country, not a bunch of regulations telling us what to do and hindering free enterprise. Free enterprise wants to, in our country, wants to thrive. But if we have all these hindrances and regulations, it's just hindering the way America's supposed to be. Thank you.
Tom?
As a practicing economist in the Milton Friedman School, it's obvious, it's free markets, it's free and open markets. We have to pay down this massive debt. We have record deficits. We've never seen deficits even since World War II. I will enact legislation that will repeal and eliminate the estate tax and the gift tax. We must eliminate the tax on dividends and interest. They've already been taxed. Corporate taxes, we're the second highest corporate tax country in the world, next to Japan. 35% rate needs to be crushed. It is way too high. It's double taxation, and they pass all those costs along and their goods and services that the companies provide, large and small. Another thing we need to do, we need to eliminate capital gains tax. It's another tax on just simply return of your investment. It's a capital return. And by having these high taxes, they're going to double. Most of these taxes are going to double starting in January. We must immediately reestablish the Bush tax cuts until we can enact the plan that I have here, well laid out in this brochure here and on my website. The free market can do its job. The private sector is where jobs are created. Government destroys jobs. Federal government is now the #1 impediment for job creation. This financial reform bill has 300 new regulations that Cass Sustain gets to write, a man who's a radical lawyer that thinks